How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Dark Souls Remastered. Now today, for those of you who are curious, is the 17th. That means we are 11 days into the 14-day event. And it also means that I have most of the game to complete in that time frame. Now, I did manage to grind up the humanity I need. And we need to get down into Blighttown with it intact. I'm basically just panicking a bit because the quota of things I want to get done versus things that have been done is not very good. So I'm basically going to be recording this non-stop for the next 3 days. I have all my magic videos prepared, so we don't have to worry about that. But it does mean that in order to get all of these videos out, we'll have to do a bulk magic recording at some point too, which I don't even know what I'll be recording at that point. Luckily, one with Phyrexia doesn't come out for a while, so it's not as though we have new cards that we haven't been playing around with. Quite the contrary, we're just still working on making the Brothers War stuff look as good as possible. Man, it got me every time. Those dogs. Doing dog things. I can't die. Because if I die, I lose 10 out of the 30 humanity I need, which is unacceptable. If we lose these 10 humanity, we go straight to Anor Londo and try to salvage the playthrough that way. Because at that point, the Solaire will be doomed. But we can't really... We don't really have time to go save Solaire if the event ends and then the multiplayer dries up, right? Like, generally in my experience with these type of events, the multiplayer does hold out a little bit longer than the event. Because there are people who generally are trying the game for the first time, and they're not... Like, completing the game in a 2-week period isn't something you can do in your first playthrough. Generally. If you have a lot of time and you really hunker down and focus hard on it, you could do it, but most people have other responsibilities, right? So it's unrealistic to expect them to, Well, 2 for 1. We got him, okay. So we've gotten everything that I need in the lower Lordran. Gonna rest at this bonfire, and then we're gonna make our way down to Blighttown. And then we have to make the run all the way back up to Sin's Fortress to go to Lordran. So we're going to be running for this first hour, basically. Our next boss on the chopping block is... So I could do the demon down in the undead area. But I don't think that's going to be the plan. How many more bosses do we have? So we have to get like an average of at least 2 bosses a day, which means we've pushed Ornstein and Smaug into the grind fest. But luckily we have... There should be summons there, so... And if not... I am willing to go and try to beg random people on Reddit to help. Please just go. I can't die like this. Not like this. Which way down is it? This way? Yeah, there's an enemy right there. So when we get to where I'm going to offer him 10 at a time, because I don't know if you offer... I think your goal is to get to the second rank, which will take 30 in total. But I don't know if you get both rewards for just offering in full bulk. Did we miss a bridge? I feel like we haven't, but... No, it's right there. Although we are getting peppered. I also haven't gotten my shield up to +10 yet, which I really need to do. I kind of wanted it for Ornstein and Smaug, but it's not looking very likely. I'm gonna get the bonfire. I'm not taking any risk. I can dodge those giants fairly well, but... Yeah, we're not actually trying to kindle, sorry. This is the riskiest part of our run so far. Because our objective will be completely negated if we die. I really should have gotten the water ring. And do you remember our first time around here? We're probably gonna eat a... Yeah, we're probably gonna eat a boulder. Because we're slower than we were last time. But we made it. The only thing that can kill me here is my own stupidity, which is not out of the question, right? Like, we've seen that do its thing before, but... It's unlikely at this point. You know, hearing that bell kind of does reassure me sometimes, because I know that there are other people as far behind as me. Because that's basically what we've done, right? We've rung the bells, that's it. There are actually stairs to go down to, which is kind of useful. That is also a shortcut right here in the middle of the floor, but we don't have access to it yet. Let's go save our buddy. Oops, sorry. Offer humanity. 10. I'm gonna leave for now because we are still poisoned and I don't want to die. Plus I don't have any humanity on me right now, right? So let's use these. 20 humanity. Offer humanity. So I didn't really get to show off how you farm them. But you basically just kill rats down in the depths. I hope I don't need to offer more humanity. This should be open. But it's clearly not, right? Maybe it doesn't open until after Ornstein and Smoke? I'm gonna assume that we did our good thing. Just to be sure, though. I will use Google to search it up. So, I'm gonna be a bit not talkative for a second. We really are trying to save our buddy. What's our buddy's name? Oi. Don't do that to me, phone. DS1 Chaos Servant. So let's check. Inventory should be... We should have a spell called Chaos Storm. We do. So it opens the shortcut to Almost Eyeless. Yeah, so we have done it. We've offered up all the humanity we need. Eventually that door will open and we can save Solaire. I hope I don't mess up the timing and get Solaire killed anyways, but if we do, what can we do, right? I wonder if we really should just continue down here. Because there are a couple of bosses that we could do. But I think we have to go. We have to go get the main quest started. Which means we gotta get out of here. Yeah, so apparently it was tested in Elden Ring, but they haven't changed much of the mechanics as far as like poison goes since the early days of Dark Souls 1. But apparently rolling in poison is worse than... there's actually different levels of poison that you can get your hands on. And like when you roll in poison, you get the worst version of poison because you're completely coated in the poison. Whereas if you are outside of the poison when you get poisoned, you get the light version of the poison. And you always want to get the light version. Because the worst is like double the damage of the heavy version. Oop, not that way. Alright, let's go to Sin's Fortress. We beat the Golem last time. I do need to Estus up right here. Probably not the ideal spot to do it at, but yeah. Because the Dart Blower is right there. The Dart Blowers are really dangerous. That's why we always avoid the real Blighttown. Like, Lower Blighttown has always had a reputation of being like a laggy locale, but it's honestly a lot better than just the cancer that is original Blighttown. Dart blowers everywhere, places you can fall and die. It's basically worse Gutter, and Gutter itself is probably just awful. Ow. You can trade the Dung Pie for, I think it's the Demon Titanite. You can even block them. It's kind of nice. GG. You guys are a little too weak. It's always nice to have some of these. So let's go finish up Sin's Fortress. We will have to defeat Ornstein and Smog to get back, but that shouldn't be an issue for us, unfortunately. I'd like to upgrade my weapon a couple more times, but we can probably do that at Anorlondo. We got a good face. What's our ring situation like? We're missing one. Yeah, because we tried the thing. Steel protection might be okay. Havel's ring for load will be necessary when we actually fight Ornstein and Smaug. Because we will use some beefy armor to get through that. I was also looking for a guy in the depths who disappeared. And it might be because I beat Quelaag before I actually met him. Yeah, he's over there. Right, I should rest at the bonfire. I was gonna go do the suicide jump, but too risky without resting at a bonfire, because then I'd go all the way back down to the Chaos Servant Covenant, and that's just too much. Hey. This is definitely one of my least favorite merchant locations. Hey there, friend. Ring of Sacrifice. Love to see it. So he sells boss weapons? Along some crystal weapons. Not really good for us. He also sells the golem set, which not bad physical, right? We are going to get 2 sets that are better than it very shortly, so... we're not going to worry about them. Missed by a large margin. Should be 2 up here, right? Gonna stop by Duff's and see if I can McDuff's and see if I can upgrade anything, which is weird because I'm going the wrong way. I mean, I could get to where I was going from that direction, but it'd be a very long trip. Forgot that this is the elevator path. But I say way back in the day when I was but a young kid in school, I watched YouTube, right? And I think it was like Dark Souls 2 that it just came out, and I was watching somebody's series on Dark Souls 2, and it ended because the game was just out and there weren't that many videos on it. But I had not realized, and that was the first time I saw Dark Souls 1 as like part 7 in a series, because that was where the current Dark Souls 2 cut off. Like, I wasn't that into Dark Souls as a series, and like I liked Elder Scrolls at that time, and I still do. I really like Elder Scrolls, but I wasn't that obsessive about RPGs. There was a couple RPGs I liked, and the rest of it was more standard games, right? Hearing a blacksmith is one of the nicest things in the game. I am on your anvil, sir. Sure. So I need to buy some Titanite shards from him. And I don't have the purchase item. 3. I don't know. Some people might dig hollows. Don't be judging. Yeah, so we're just doing our last minute prep. Reinforced weapon. So we'll take our Night Shield to +5. And then modify equipment. We want this to go to +6. And then we have to go over to reinforced weapon, and then we take it to +7. And then we take it to +8. And then we take it to +9. And then we take it to +10. Alright, so we are actually really close. There's no way to get the twinkling I need. So we'll just move on. I guess I did not need to crack so many souls. Let's rest here, because I think this is... I have kindled a little bit. I haven't kindled it all the way. We're really low on humanity. Because I kind of wanted to get... I wanted to get it out of the way. There should, in theory, be no more grind left. Hey, Sin's Fortress. Good to be back. right here. They have a really good sword that you can farm off of them if you want to go like a pure strength build. Their sword is one of the best weapons you can get. And I have farmed them for that reason before. Don't know where you died, but more souls, more welcome. It's weird how they made the master key to be like a way to open all the doors, but then there are some things that it just doesn't open. But it makes sense, right? Like if you had it open up all of the shortcuts ahead of time, there wouldn't be much reason to never choose it, right? And even with how it is now, it's basically the default choice, because you can use it to skip a large section of the game. We got kidnapped. Very sad. We need to make it to the first bonfire in Lordran to efficiently trap ourselves here. These guys look scary, but they are not offensive. Unless you offend them. And then they are offensive. Very much so. They're also guarding some chests that if you try to take things from the chest, they will be mad at you. This is our firekeeper for this area. If you kill her, I don't know. No, it's not her. It's Dark Sun Gwendolyn. If you kill Dark Sun Gwendolyn, bad things happen. Which we might do, because he's basically free XP. Although I say that, I'm generally a ranged character. And I think that fight is easier for ranged characters. Because the hallway is endless. And Orlando is a bit of a parkour hotspot, so if you don't like that, you're gonna not have a great time here. Thought there was something back here, but there might not be. Maybe it's one down? Yeah, it's one down. I think it's like a demon titan. Yeah. We don't really have a use for Demon Titanite at the moment. I think this one's okay. Back down. I won't stand for any of your painting. Who hit me? They were very brave, that's for sure. Man, this reminds me of like the old God of War games. The parkour in that. Yeah. I was never very good at parkour, if I'm being honest. I thought there was one behind me, but I guess it fell to its death. Yeah, this is definitely a section you don't want to find yourself in multiple times. Man, look at that stability. And now we have to beat up a gargoyle. I thought we had to beat up a gargoyle. I bet he's here somewhere. And this opens up the shortcut or the bridge. I guess I was supposed to fight the gargoyle here, but I just kind of skipped him. Boy. We doing this boss fight again? Didn't go well for you boys last time you tried this. It's not going to go any better this time. In fact, it'll probably just go much worse. Because I'm actually kind of stocked up this time around. Hey. I got a second gargoyle shield. That's neat. I don't know what this does. What do you do? You do not move, I see. Do we want to fight these guys one at a time? Not enough stability. We need to go even further beyond stable. If you need a bunch of souls, these guys are good for it. Yeah, I don't want to fight you. That's right, you stay there. So there's, I don't think this opens. Yeah, it doesn't. We want to make our way to the next bonfire. These guys also have a really good weapon, but it's not for the same, it's not for the strength build. It's for the third one. Yeah, there you are. I remember you. I remember looking at that guy sitting on the edge over there like, come get me, and then the other guy stabbing me in the back. A lot of Dark Souls 1 fanboys will claim that Dark Souls 2 was the start of the malicious traps, but nah, Anne Orlando was the start of the malicious traps. You helped get me here, and now you do this to me. So because their spirit has a lightning effect on it, we can't block at all. So we end up taking chip damage. But that's alright. We will be unlocking a better shield very, very shortly. So there are 2 of them here. I wanted to try to aggro one of them, but yeah, let's just worry about the archers. They are the actual threat. I don't think they can actually... Yeah, they can't come up here. So it begins. This place is famous for its archers. And I'm not particularly good at getting around them, if I'm being honest. We should actually pick up Iron Tarkus's stuff while we're here. One of the most annoying things about this bonfire location is you get on-time elevator once. The first time you're here, you get on-time elevators, but every subsequent time, the elevator's just a few seconds off. Yeah, I don't think the gargoyles respawn. So do we want to go try to get Iron Tarkus's stuff? It's probably better than what we're wearing as far as defense is concerned. And, well... Yeah, I'm gonna get it because, hypothetically, we're getting this is like the second best armor set in the game, and then the best armor set in the game is literally one bonfire away from us, which is nice, but at the same time it's a little bit frustrating in that just because it's there doesn't mean you're going to be able to use it, right? We could also do the painted world with Priscilla, but I'm not that confident in that. Man, you got your friend killed. Don't worry, Guardian. I'm not here for what you're guarding. I'm here for this. So our buddy Iron Tarkus, he defeated the Iron Golem. He made it to Anne Orlando, and the rafters got him. Pour one out for Iron Tarkus. got to be the saddest story in all of Dark Souls, if I'm being honest. So there is another boss in that painting that we saw in that room. But I don't know if I want to waste time on her, if I'm being honest. I kind of want to get the Lord Vessel so that my constant need to run around to locations on opposite ends of the map can be done without without losing much time, because we will be losing a lot of time. So we actually do have to time this, even though it doesn't do much. Oh! So close. It's a short run. Yeah, that way is the Duke's Archive. We can't go there yet. Down we go. I'm gonna equip up the Iron Tarkus set. Which I should have access to. Look at that slow roll. But the more important thing is we have poise now, which should help us with the arrows. So poise depends, poise affects how an attack affects you, right? Like if you have really low poise, an attack can send you flying. But if you have high enough poise, I'm not over encumbered, am I? No, I'm not. I am like just heaviest of heavy though. So I might get Howl's Ring. I don't think that actually affects anything. Because I'm thinking we are heavy rolling, but it might affect our movement speed slightly. Yeah, part of the reason why I grabbed this suit is, despite how heavy it is, the best set in the game is heavier, right? And if I want to go full Havel, I might be too encumbered. Ouch. Wow, you got hops, man. Boy. We are dead. GG 20 souls. That one hurts, man. So let's just go back to what we were doing. And we want to get the Mask of the Mother. It's a little bit extra health. And as you can see, our poise was at 79. So it's 0 now. Which means if we get hit, we are just out of luck. But this way, we can fast roll through the first few enemies. And like we can change into the black iron set when we're behind that pillar. We could also try the dodge roll strat. So the dodge roll is where we basically do what we did that one time we got up there, but instead of trying to block the arrow while we're on the little lip with him, we roll through it. It requires a little bit more accuracy and direct control of where you're rolling than I feel like I have at the moment, but it's also the most reliable method. Like the poise method, I feel like is viable, but I generally haven't done it because on a controller the dodge roll method is just easier to pull off. And generally Dark Souls games are a game of parsimony. Whatever is the easiest and simplest method of doing something is the method that you learn and get yourself familiar with. I think this suit also has better lightning resist on it. We just have to not get hit by any arrows. Alright, now while we're here, we had to... Ah! This is the hardest part of Anor Londo, so... At least in my opinion. This is what I'm not good at. This is why I will never be a Dark Souls 1 speedrunner. Because the knights will kill me every day of the week. Oh my god, I nearly rolled into the hole. I think it's all the way down to the bottom too because we spent so long mucking around. Not quite, I guess, but pretty close. So we have 10 minutes to do this. I'm going to record another one after this. So I plan on recording at least 2 hours a day for the next 3 days. That's 6 hours. Like, if I can't beat the game in 6 hours, we'll probably just shelf it. Because at that point, we'll be well over the deadline. And I'll have a little bit extra time. So if I really feel like I need another hour or two, I can get that in. So like 8 hours, maybe. This time I won't be changing my gear. I'm just going to try to roll through it. I feel like that's the most viable option. I say that's the most viable option. We immediately get hit when we try to roll. No boys. Let's go. Ouch. So that's the ideal. As you can see, it does work. You just have to be slightly better at it than I am. So we'll give it one more go. We probably have time for 2 more goes. I think it takes around 2 minutes to get down there. We're at 52 right now. So 2 more goals plus death time equals roughly an hour. I'd hoped to get my first attempt on Orange Student Smo today, but unless we get there, well, we will, right? Because we're gonna do another hour, so it just won't be in this video. Hey, I don't want to be in your shield. There we go. One of them killed themselves. Excellent. It's nice that they gave you the rails. believe it's this room right here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I even got a medal despite not being in your covenant. I think I only have one. Oh, I have two of them. Okay. The emergency rations were just enough. So we're going to kindle this bonfire up to 20. Because this is going to be the one I'm going to use. To fight Ornstein and smoke. You are not hollow. Good to know. Alright. 3 minutes left. Do we want to end it off here? I don't think we do. So this is a Silver Knight. They're slightly weaker than their cousins. This isn't a mimic. It's just sunlight metal, so. There's an invisible wall around here somewhere. But not this one, apparently. Hey, there you are, Silver Knight. And I am dead. Well, we're gonna lose our humanity at some point anyways, so no big loss. I'd say Ornstein and Smoke are some of the bosses, probably in the top 3 bosses in this game that give me trouble. Hey there. You're just not good at this. The last guy was better. Now one of these I can open. And what we want is down here. Trap. Okay, so this isn't a mimic. We want to lure him away from the other chests so he doesn't break them. Yeah, this is the Occult Club. Yeah, there we go. This should just be the Havel stuff. Havel's armor, Havel's helm, Havel's gloves, Havel's greaves, dragon scale, Havel's shield. Yeah. We won't be using that, even though it's a pretty good shield, because we have bigger fish to fry. But either way, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.